Welcome, everybody, to the Sweatshop Podcast, the one-stop shop for talking shop. It is me, your host, Sweats, and my co-host, the Maestro.
Getting those vibes on there.
Yeah, man. You know what it is. What's going on, dude? What's going on?
Dude, not a whole lot. Summer's officially began.
Yeah.
At this point, summer's officially started. Yeah, well.
You motherfucker. I got tomorrow. Tomorrow is my day.
Fair enough.
Tomorrow is my day.
Yeah. So other than that, trying to think. Oh, last weekend, hit up the there's like a Comic-Con deal in Philly. I hit that up because they had some these shirts I always get.
Yeah.
They had a booth there and they had like exclusive Back to the Future shirts and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Because it was like a big Back to the Future reunion. They had a panel because I went to see that panel too. I wanted to go see that. It had the cast, well, not the whole cast, but it had like Michael J. Fox. It had the original MJF. It had
Michael J was there?
He was there. Yeah. So the original MJF was there, Christopher Lloyd, and Biff. Oh God, what's the name? Tom Wilson.
So the other people that matter. Okay, great.
Yeah, like the main characters were
there.
Not who was the mom? Was it Leah Thompson? Is that her name?
I don't know. She's fine though.
Yeah, she was not there.
Yeah, she
was not there. But it was Biff, it was Doc Brown, and it was Marty McFly.
Okay.
They were there and they did a little panel on Sunday. So I wanted to go see that, but then they had these other Back to the Future shirts on Friday, Saturday. So I ended up going all 3 days just for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for a little bit though. Not a whole lot.
Okay.
Other than that, but I saw that panel, which was it was good. It was just good to see Michael J. Fox out.
I was saying, Michael was on the down.
Yeah, well, it was a little. I know when when he was brought out, and then he went to go like sit on the couch, and he sort of like fell.
Oh,
like that kind of was like, oh, like it was just kind of a moment where I was like, oh man, I just kind of felt bad. Right. But other than that, like the dude's mind is sharp as hell. Like he was all like, you know what I mean? It was just kind of like the whole movement thing. But otherwise, it was totally fine. And but it was cool to see them reunited again. Talked about some stuff. Basically talked about how like kind of the idea of the insult butthead sort of like had a revival or renaissance or like beginning again with Back to the Future because Biff didn't want to say the words asshole. He wanted to say something like dumber. So he chose butthead.
I didn't know that was an old thing that came back again.
I think so. I think
Butthead's been around.
Butthead's been around, but like more people would like use that as a common insult because like before that, butthead kind of sounded, like kind of dumb or whatever.
Right.
But, like he used it in the movie, and then I think it kind of picked up a little bit more steam from there. Because around that time, that Back to the Future was one of the first movies that ended up being on like. Like Blockbuster was starting around that time, and like people could go and either rent the movie or watch this movie like 200 times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I just found that kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
But other than that, that was my weekend. What's been happening with you?
Oh man, what did I do this weekend? Damn, bro, I don't even know.
It was that exciting.
I don't think I did shit this weekend, dude.
I mean, look, sometimes that's going to be my weekend coming up. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything. I'm just going to be chilling, going to the pool. If it's nice, if it's not, if the air quality improves.
Yeah. I mean, really, what the fuck I don't think I did shit this weekend, bro. Like, dead ass serious. I don't think I did a goddamn thing. I didn't do shit. But however, I was up in Philadelphia on Tuesday and Wednesday because our 8th graders had a whole trip, right? So we went to
in Philly.
Philly, right? So I said, let's do that. You know what I mean? Like, let's fuck around and find out what's up in Philly. So we did the whole thing. Like, we went up, we took a tour. I've never taken a tour of Philly, right? Because
Okay.
I consider myself like a local, so I never did like a tour before.
Mhm.
Actually, quite nice. I was like, oh, this is nice over here. Like, we had like a dude. It's called
Just go
like
around Old City.
yeah, Founding Footsteps. We did an old city tour. Guy knew a lot about Ben Franklin. He's a funny dude, comedian. This dude's name was Tim. So shout out to Founding Footsteps. That was dope. Yeah, I it was really informative. He was a funny dude. The kids seemed engaged for the most part. It was like a 2-hour tour,
Mhm.
solid tour, just walking tour, like a walking tour or whatever. Founding, right? So yeah, we walked around all over the place. We were gonna go to Liberty Bell, but that line is ridiculous, man. Like it's just
It gets pretty long if you're doing, like, a day trip deal like
yeah,
that.
it's like down, it's around the goddamn corner. I was like, nah. I said we, and then the kids were like, yeah, let's skip this shit. I said, bet, good. So I'm not trying to do this shit. So we walked all up and down, like we walked all the way around, Old City. The bus, like we took we have like a school bus, whatever. I can drive, whatever, a little tiny bus. So I had to park like farther away, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, from where I really wanted to park.
Yeah.
Plus, it was super cheap, much cheaper. So we were also all the way down Spring Garden. So we were
Okay.
down Spring Garden. So we had a little hike. But it was nice. I got to see down that area. You know what I mean? Just seeing all over the place, like some good, some bad. Just seeing like the city, and so a lot of these kids have been to DC more or less, but I think they've only been to like good parts of DC. Like nobody's out here like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get to see Philly for what it is, and then we went back to the hotel. We stayed in Jersey so I could park that bus.
Hmm.
Right. So I stayed right in Cherry Hill.
So it was an overnight trip.
Overnight trip. Yeah. So every eighth graders get the
Oof.
overnight trip life. So we stayed in Cherry Hill. We stayed at the Days Inn. Remember we stayed at the Days Inn where we ordered oh god, Cheesecake Factory that one time?
Oh, yeah, how could I forget ordering
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory like that? You know I don't forget Cheesecake
That's
Factory.
right.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay,
we stayed at the Days Inn over there.
okay.
And I was like, I didn't realize it until I was driving up to it. I was like, oh, I've stayed here
And
before.
this is I know
Before.
this.
I know exactly where this is. Yeah.
Mhm,
So we stayed over there. It was nice. And then we went to the game. So we went to the game that night, right? And this is where shit gets interesting. It was starting to get darker. And all of a sudden I see like this overcast, like this. It looked like a fog was coming
mhm.
over I was like, what is this fog?
You said this was Tuesday, right?
Tuesday night. And I'm like, what's this
Mm,
fog coming from? Is it gonna rain tonight? I don't see the forecast and say it's gonna rain. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm not paying attention to the news like that. I don't know what the fuck's happening, right?
yeah,
So I'm sitting here and I'm like in this fog. I'm like, this is weird. Like it's hot. Like I don't know if it's gonna rain. I don't know what's going on. You know.
mhm.
Meanwhile, this is the most exciting shit. First of all, the game was 2 hours, 10 minutes. 2 hours, 10 minutes. That's 1-0 game. 2 hours, 10 minutes. Shit started at 6:40. It might have been less than that. Shit started about 3-4 minutes late. 6:43. It was done by 9:10.
Huh.
Or eight. Am I doing math right? No, nine. Before 9.
It was
It was
done
like it's
before
like 8.
9.
Yeah, it was like 8:50.
Yeah, that'd be an hour and 10 minutes. Or
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 2 hours and 10
Yeah.
minutes.
It was like
Yeah.
8:50. It wasn't even 9 o'clock yet. That bitch was done. I said, ain't that some shit? But anyway, this is the most interesting thing about this. So later we find out it's these wildfires, right? But
Mhm.
prior to this, it's happening. And this is the fun part about this whole thing. So you know how this shit happens to me. People come and talk to me and shit, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes this happens.
Yeah, all
So
the time.
in front of us, me and my eighth graders, right, and my other chaperone, were sitting there watching a game in a row. These two girls that weren't sitting there the whole time, they just ended up sitting there or whatever.
Mhm.
There's like a group of girls there, right? And they were like taking selfies and stuff like that in front of me. They're in front of me and all this other stuff, taking selfies, blah blah blah. I don't know what circumstance like made them like or made her this late. They're two pretty girls, 21. Couldn't been older than that. They had beer, they had drinks in their hand. They card over there, so
Mhm.
like they card to those places. So yeah, it's for sure. Like They're 21. They couldn't be any older. She turns around and is like, "Hi, I'm so and so," and I can't remember her name, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Edwin, and what is your name?" Or I was like, "Oh, blah, blah, nice to meet you." Blah blah blah. And then this is my best friend, right? So her best friend turns around, "Hi, how are you?" And then we start to talking. We're getting to chatting, and I'm looking around like this is the weirdest thing. I got a fucking kid sitting right next to me, is sitting here shocked. Then all the other, because there's a bunch of boys here and like two girls at the very end. All the other boys are looking at me like what is happening right now? Like fives.
It's a master class.
It's
You'd be like, take a lesson, kids.
That's right.
Here you go.
I know. So I'm sitting here, we're chatting away, right? We're doing a little chatty chat, and they're like, "Well, what do you do?" I said, "I'm a teacher," right? As a matter of fact, these are
my children.
These are my children that I'm here on a field trip with, and all this good stuff. We're from Maryland, and blah blah blah. We had a whole conversation, and then they're like, "Oh my god!" Like it made it even worse, right? It didn't make it better. It didn't stop the conversation. It made it worse.
It was not a deterrent.
No. And then they started talking to the boys like around there too, which was amazing because none of these boys have ever, and I mean ever, really had girls try to go up and talk to them. And now, granted, they were tipsy. They were on that. They were intoxicated, right?
Yeah.
However, doesn't matter. Like that shit was going to happen to you in real life. Like you know what I mean? Girls are going to come up to you, talk to you in real life. So it was like a real good thing. Yeah, they will.
Oh,
yeah, they will.
I wouldn't know what that's like.
Yes, you do, motherfucker. I remember Lancaster. Don't fucking do
that. No. Oh no.
I remember Lancaster. Don't do that shit.
Well, I mean, at the end of the night, I was the one that got squeezed.
Yes. That's facts. Oh man.
God.
Jessica, this is way before
I'm gonna have to explain
Jessica,
that one later.
Jessica, that's way before your time, okay?
Ooh,
that's way before your time, okay?
A twinkle in the eye.
Twinkle in. Oh man, no, but it was like they were shocked that this was happening, and then I kind of was like, talk to these guys because like I can't have this conversation with you in front of these eight. I'm sober. I got these kids with me. I can't be doing this with you right now, having this whole conversation with you, young lady. You don't know because they don't know how old I am. I know I look young, so I could range between the ages of 28 and like the age I am now, which is 39. They don't know. Like, so they're just sitting here like doing this whole conversation. I'm sitting there like, here are the kids. Like, talk to these boys, put some hair on their chest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like vibes like that, you know what I mean? Because I was like, no, y'all are way closer in age to these boys than you are to me for sure. Like, that is a definite. So they were
now you became their favorite teacher.
You better believe it. Matter of fact, it was so funny because I was hyping these kids up. Oh, these kids. Oh, did they play? You play piano? Yeah, they play piano. And the kid next to me was like, they were like, what do you do? And he's like, nothing. I said, stop it. He's a great soccer player. He's a great basketball player. I was trying to hype him up.
There you go.
And I was like, later on, he was like, I didn't want to talk to him. I said, brother, you're gonna have to start somewhere now. Like you're gonna have to like you gotta talk to somebody. But anyway, it was funny after the night. This one kid was like, I said, you need to stop being our music teacher. You need to be our Riz teacher. We need that Riz.
Oh my God.
It was so funny. He need to be our Riz teacher. I said, y'all need to chill out. That was so funny. I just laughed so hard. I really did. I laughed so hard. But yeah, it was a funny night. Because they were like so shocked that this actually happened. It is just, and I was like,
If only they knew.
If only they knew. I said this is not the first time this has happened to me. Like for sure. This is not the first time. But it was a funny time because I'm literally with children. So like I'm with children. So it's different. But anyway, yeah, that was the trip. Meanwhile, I get a text like saying like, ooh, look at these wildfires, right? And I'm like, what you talking about with us? I was like, what wildfires? And I said, oh, is that what that was? I was like, I did no idea. None.
Yeah, like that was what the fog and or whatever. Yeah.
Literally no idea that the fog out here is from this. And I'm shocked, right? I'm shocked that this is happening. So the next day, I didn't know how serious it was though. Again, like I don't know what this means. Okay, there's a fog, there's a fire in Canada. Great, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. And then the next day we go to we went to see the Rocky Steps. They want to do the Rocky Steps, so we did that.
Statue.
And see all the statue.
Statue.
Yeah, got the statue, did the Rocky Steps. We went all the way down to we walked through Chinatown, went up to whatchamacallit, Reading Terminal Market. So because that was our lunch. I know. So I had them like go enjoy because I said it's overwhelming because it's just so much to do in there, so much to eat or whatever. So have at it. You got about 45 minutes. Go for it. You know what I mean? So they did. They went away. I got some Cajun food. They got a Cajun spot in there. I ain't been in the Reading Terminal Market in a minute. Like
I was gonna say, I've not taken my time in there.
No, I've only same. I only went to certain spots. Like I was like, oh, okay, I want to get this. But I was like, let's go ahead and meander around here. I walked all the way through around there. I was like, I think I'm gonna go eat at this Cajun spot. It looks so good because they were making that food there. I'm not saying nobody was, but like you could see them making that food there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, it was hilarious to say the least. It was all good. So fun. The food was good. Then we went to see Fox. Then we went to Fox 29. We went to Fox 29.
Okay, went to
because there's a connection. Yeah, because we took a tour. So there's a connection that one of my colleagues had. So we went to Fox 29. We had to specify, right, that this was not Fox News, but an affiliate because you don't want to.
Right,
like, you're gonna take a tour. It's a local Fox station, local Fox affiliate. Like this is what this is. It's not Fox News. It's not the same. It's like going to Fox Sports. It's not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this was the local Fox station. It's like going to CBS, whatever,
exactly,
like ABC, whatever.
It's nothing. It means nothing. So like I wanted to make sure that everybody was clear on this as I was writing because I wrote my emails very carefully and made sure to not say Fox News because that triggers somebody. It will trigger somebody.
It definitely triggers people.
It will trigger you. So like
just like some of
one
them
way or the
these
other.
Wildfires. Do you hear that people are? Do you hear there are wildfire deniers?
Stop it.
Like they deny that this shit's happening.
See, this is why I love. This is why I love the world. Honestly, this is why I love the world, man. This is the shit. This is the shit that makes me so happy that there are people like this. They're so fucking stupid. Like people are so dumb.
Yeah.
Like seriously. God bless America and Canada and Mexico. Whoever's believing this shit is not occurring. Yeah. You don't see the big. It's just like you don't see that. What do they think is happening in the air?
I don't know. Like if
like this shit is right now. I'm looking outside right now. Looking at it, I was like, it's not getting darker. It's just. Oh, I stepped out. I mean, just to kind of change the subject fucking completely.
Mm-hmm.
I stepped outside this morning because I didn't smell any of this shit yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I stepped outside this morning. I said, "What the fuck?" I smell that shit. You smell that shit.
Well, I was gonna say it's been traveling further south now.
Yeah, I'm smelling that shit. I'm smelling it. You know what I mean? I was like, golly,
well,
I didn't smell it.
Probably took more of a minute to get to you than because
but in Philly, I didn't smell it either. I didn't smell it that morning.
But
I mean, I think it's because Philly has a lot of smells. So
Philly itself, like the city of Philly, even though I think yesterday was the worst.
Yeah, it's weird because maybe
had it,
but... I don't know. We were out there. We were out and about. I don't know. We were out and about.
I mean, they canceled the game.
I know they canceled that evening game. I mean, we were out of there by 1.
Oh, okay.
We were out of there by 1:30.
Because I know Tuesday for me was probably was the worst here. Tuesday and like Wednesday, like during the day Wednesday was the worst. But people were already talking about it. Like some of the people in like Northeast PA
Yeah.
we're already talking about it like early Tuesday, even like I think even Monday. Some people were talking about like people up in like Scranton-ish area and stuff, because they're way closer to that shit. So, but yeah, I mean, you could clearly see it from like my perspective, like it just it just looks like a fog. Even now in Philly, like I'm watching the Phillies game right now for two reasons. One, to see this right now, Zach Wheeler's got a no-hitter going.
Oh,
Currently, as we are recording right now,
what inning?
It is the 7th inning.
Yeah, you spoiled the shit out of that.
It's possible I did. So I apologize, but maybe he'll get it. I don't know.
You know what? He might, because fucking Taijuan Walker was on the mound, and he, like, you know what I mean? And he gave up nothing.
Yeah.
Against Detroit. I mean, Detroit is depleted.
Detroit is not good.
We're depleted.
Yeah.
However, like, yeah, it was.
But I mean, they're only up 1-0.
Right. That's now what they were up last time. 1-0. They ended 1-0. They had one run in the first inning, and that's all the fuck it was. The rest of the game.
Yeah.
I shit you not. Detroit even had bases loaded at one point. Didn't get shit out of that.
Well, I mean, Wheeler at this point, but Wheeler's through 7 at this current moment.
Okay.
He is through 7. I'm assuming he'll come back out for the 8th.
Yeah.
Assuming. I don't know.
So how many pitches he got?
I don't know. I don't know what his pitch. I did not look at the stats. Count? I just have. Let me see. I'll try to find that. But that was the other reason I was looking to see like how it was, looking in Philly, and it still looks a little dark there. You know what I mean? Like it still looks a little like overcast, cloud cover.
He has 100 pitches right now.
He's at 100 pitches
right now.
They'll probably bring him back out for the 8th to see how he does.
Yep.
And if he starts to get into trouble, they'll.
I think about 125. I think they'll get him about 125, 130. They'll get him there.
Yeah, I would
for a no hitter.
I would say 120 would be the threshold.
Yeah.
Like if it takes him 20 pitches to get go through the 8th,
yeah,
I don't know if he's coming for the 9th.
Agreed.
That might be Kimbrel time.
Facts.
Oh my God, could you imagine if Kimbrel's the one that blows it?
I would. I mean,
he's actually been pitching well lately.
Yeah, no, he has been pitching well.
We kind of like segued in the middle of the wildfire thing,
but
anyway.
We did.
But anyway.
But yeah, I mean,
but circling way back to what you were saying.
Yeah, I was saying like when I went to the Fox station or whatever, it was really, really cool. We did the whole tour. We got to see all the little spots, like all the big spots and little spots, like where they do all their, everything, right? The kids were really hyped about that. It seemed like anyway. And then we actually end up running into like this podcast was about to start. And it was about and this guy, Bill Anderson, I think his name is.
Okay.
He's like a reporter or something for I think that's what his name is, Bill Anderson.
Okay.
And yeah, that's his name. And he does like all these special projects and things like that for Fox, and he does a podcast about like what's going on in the world. And this guy happened to be there as well, about to do this podcast. He got these guests, and one of the guests that they had that day was he was an exoneree of a sentence. He was in jail for over 21 years for murder, and obviously he didn't do it. In 2019, he was released, but he was in jail since he was 17. He got out. It was 41.
Oh my God.
He's like 40. He said he's 44 now, or 45. It's like it was insane. Like the kids were like, "What the fuck?" Like it's crazy. Like, and it was cool. I wanted him to see and then I was like, "This is great." I had no idea this was going to happen. It just happened to be there and we talked to us for like 10, 15 minutes. It was really cool. Like it was a cool experience for the kids to have. They were like, "Sorry, this is heavy." Blah blah blah. I was like, "No, this is great. They need to hear this."
I mean, that's real world shit.
That's real world shit. They need to hear this. Yes, sir. So I was all about it. So it was great. Then we dipped out of there. So it was good. It was a good time. So we saw a lot of Philadelphia. I mean, obviously there's way more to see. I lived there for like 5 years. I still haven't seen all that shit. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, mainly because you like the places you like. So
yeah, you always go back to the places you're familiar with or the places you
exactly.
like. Yeah.
Right. You like what you like. But yeah, like it was cool. It was a cool trip. But yeah, the circle boom bouncing right back. Boing, 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 boing. We just talked about the fires anyway.
Yeah.
Washing over the world and canceling shit. Like we had to cancel Hershey Trip Park thing because of the air and stuff like that.
Oh really? When was that supposed to be?
Today.
Oh damn.
Which I hated because I wanted those kids to be gone, but they were here in the school. I was like, oh, everybody's here. I hate that. I wanted to be quiet in that motherfucker. It was not quiet. Not quiet at all. But
did you already get tickets and stuff? Like how's that?
Yeah, we already got tickets, but they can go till the 30th of June, so they can still go on their own and like go ahead and do that. So they should just go on their like get the group together because they're all pretty close anyway. Just go ahead.
Yeah, just go ahead and do it on their own. Then.
Just go. Yeah. They got about 3 weeks to do it. So just do it. You know. Yeah. So no, it was all good. Obviously we can blame Canada for all this bullshit.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
But I mean, if this is stuff that happens anyway, like if this is kind of stuff that happens usually, I think this is just like a huge, like what I mentioned, the people who are like wildfire deniers, which is absolutely insane to me.
That's funny.
Like this is to me, this is the opposite of
I'm amused
deniers because this should be, if anything, a huge sign of that climate change is real.
Right.
And I think that's where it like comes from. Cause like, the people who deny climate change and all that kind of stuff, like this is one of the effects that like these wildfires that happen,
right,
are worse because of, the literally the climate change because it's drier. So therefore it's drier. It's going to, and like the wind, it's going to spread faster if it's drier versus, all that kind of like it just, that's why it's so bad right now. And like, I don't know what, like, as far as updates on, if it's contained or how it's happening or whatever.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Sorry. I just got distracted.
Oh, what happened?
Okay. I think it's still a no hitter at this point.
Was it error?
It was an error. I think it was an error. I don't think it was a base hit. But there's a ground ball. If anybody was watching this game or is currently watching it as we're recording this, it's the top of the 8th, 1 out, and then ground ball to Josh Harrison at third, and he like kind of like bobbles it a little. Well, actually, no, he made a good backhanded play, but the throw was not great. And whoever's at first, who's at first? Some Clemens or something like that. Whoever's at first, I'm trying to look and see who's at first for Philly, because I know they Clemens.
They called it an error.
Yeah. Okay. So the no hitter's still intact because it was an error, but the dude's on first. So
all right,
but the tying run is in place.
Uh-huh.
In the no hitter situation here, and that sky looks dark. Sky looks dark. I mean, there's like
dominoes.
Yeah. So, that distracted me for a moment because I wanted to see what would happen there. But yeah, I mean, I just circling back.
Yes,
this was we got this disjointed today.
We're
all over the place with
we got
stuff. We're just like
we got global warming.
Yeah, El Nino. That's Spanish for the Nino.
The Nino.
This is one of my favorite Chris Farley things.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean it's unfortunate, and I know there's been a lot of people who are affected by it, not only just like with air quality stuff here in America, but like the people who would live close by it in Canada and stuff like that.
That shit is wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty wild. I mean, I was just reading something about it. There's like, well, people now in the East will now feel what they handle in the West all the time. This is stuff that happens.
Yeah, because we normally don't get any of this sort of residual. But the fact that it's happening on the East like this,
Yeah, that's a telling tale.
That's another
I don't
sign
remember
here.
I don't remember this happening in my lifetime. So,
Not like this.
nah.
I can't remember
That's
something like
pretty
that.
wild, you
I
know?
mean, not that I have been affected by. Obviously, you had like the Australian ones that were like pre-COVID or during
Right,
COVID.
right.
I mean, we've definitely heard of like the California
No,
ones and shit like that, but like
the
ones that
East Coast.
affected us.
Yeah, no, I ain't
Yeah,
never
nothing like that.
no, not on the East.
Hmm.
No, you never
Yeah,
had anything like this. Not
yeah, because we're East
I don't
Coast.
recall.
Oh, okay, it's over. It's over.
I told you,
No,
you fucking jinxed it.
well, sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Did they also get a run?
No, but it's first and third.
We're taking him out right now.
Yeah, they are taking him out. Oh well.
No, they have to take him out. It's over. They tried.
Nobody's come out. Oh no, they're coming
okay,
out.
okay, say.
Yeah,
Bro, you best not. You better not do that.
yeah, they're coming out now. Okay, because like it didn't look like it at first, but now okay, now yeah,
right.
All right, well, sorry everybody.
Oops,
that's my bad. I'll own that one.
Yeah, you go.
Oops, my bad. I'm gonna hear it from all the Phillies fans.
Oh yeah, you definitely fucked that.
Listen, I was rooting for it. I was hoping it would happen. I got a little bit of powder blue on right now.
There you go. No, but yeah, just bounce right back. I mean, obviously we're praying for those affected with all this going on. There's not too much we can do, obviously. Again, global warming, this type of stuff is going to happen in various parts of the world. Obviously, I mean, and we got to understand that global warming is not a thing like it's going to happen in 1 year, 2 like this stuff is, 100 years from now, this is going to be a different ball game.
It's an evolutionary change, but it's what we can do, like what we can do ahead of time to prevent or at least minimize some of those effects from happening, where if people still are like denying it, well, yeah, maybe it's not happening right now.
Right.
But if we don't do anything about it right now, it's going to be worse for for our children and children's children and the people who come after us on this earth. Like,
right.
We do have some responsibility to not be totally selfish and be like, well, if it ain't happening now, why bother? Like,
right.
Should leave this place better than we found
better than you found it, better than you left it, which nobody has. So
no that like
nobody has.
Never happens.
Nah, people trying. People are trying, but
yeah,
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
It was kind of like have you seen the new Guardians movie yet?
No.
Okay.
Don't spoil.
All right.
I haven't seen it yet. But for me, like all this stuff, I mean, the earth is going to correct itself. And that's what's really funny about it. I know people say like, oh, we're damaging the earth and stuff like that, which is true. But also we're fucking us up because the earth is going to correct itself. That's what happens.
Yeah, because the earth is always actively trying to kill us.
Right.
Just as much as what we do, even though we're not trying to kill the earth, what we do is killing the earth.
Right. Which is why, like, that movie Day After Tomorrow, like where we went back through another ice age, we sped up the ice age, like that's like the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the earth is going to correct itself. The earth is going to, like, at some point it's going to do that because it needs to cleanse itself.
It has to be some kind of balance to it. Yeah,
there's balance to it. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. I will not be here to see it, but
yeah,
other people will for sure. But yeah, let's go to baseball. Let's see what's going on with these scores and everything like that. I thought it was pretty funny the other day. The Braves have been playing the Mets, right? The series. And I don't know if you saw, like, Pete Alonso, he hit a home run off of this dude Bryce Elder from the Braves.
Okay.
And then after he went to the dugout,
he's been out pitching his coverage. Facts. I was gonna say out kicking his coverage.
Yeah. No, but yes, he's definitely pitching above what I think he should be pitching. However, he didn't even pitch bad that game. I mean, he had a bad outing, but it was 6 innings, 4 runs. I mean, he went 6 innings. one run away from being a quality start. He gave us a chance to win, which we did. We won the game. Yeah. However, when Pete Alonso hit the home run, he was like, "Please throw that pitch again, please!" As he's yelling to the dugout, out the dugout, "Please, please!" Right? And this is like middle of the game, and we come back and win the game. He strikes out in the ninth, shit like that.
Oh my gosh!
And then the next game, he gets hit in the wrist, like hit in the hand, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's out for the game. And then somebody and that's obviously that's not a funny situation, but the comment after, because once we found out his X-ray was negative, mm-hmm. the guy was like, I guess he won't ask to be for that pitch again.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, I guess not. I guess not. I guess he will not. When I was at the game in Philly, because I haven't been paying attention to Phillies that much, because they're well.
I was gonna say there's not much to pay attention to.
Well behind us, but having said that, I looked at Kyle Schwarber's numbers this year. He's on some Adam Dunn shit right now. He doing some Adam Dunn shit.
Gotta love it.
Because I'm like, it's feast or famine with this dude. And then he hits a home run, the only run they score, right? Mm-hmm. Oop, they did. They tied it up. Yep. Yeah, they tied that up. But yeah, it was 1-0. He hit the only home run of the game. It was the first at bat of the game, because he's leading off somehow in this.
Yeah, it still kind of puzzles me, but
it's a weird world. I mean, it better puzzle them. They're 29-32. Better do something different. That's not working out. I guess it worked out last year. You went to the World Series last year. You know what I mean? And I guess they stuck with that. But that's not the answer. He should not be number one in the batting order. I'm sorry. That just can't be. It just can't be. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's been put leadoff many other times.
I know.
Because, looking at that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's a whole lot of other options. I kind of like Stott in that spot for them, but
you can put a bunch of guys up there.
Yeah,
I don't know, but not a guy's batting 171. He doesn't get he didn't get on base enough to justify that.
No,
I mean, I'm sorry, he just doesn't.
No,
he does not get on base to justify it. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I was watching. I was like, Kyle, right now he's batting 171. How do we justify this at the top of the order? I just don't know how you can. I don't know how you can. He might hit a home run to win this game, but I don't know how you can.
Yeah, I mean, your leadoff hitter should not be hitting below 200.
No.
Period.
No.
End of discussion.
That's not where
much less below 250.
Right. I don't get it. I want to get it. I want to, but I can't. You look at leadoff hitters across the board. You're going to be bad. You're going to get on base a lot. Don't get it twisted. You're going to get on base. You should, but you should also be able to hit the ball a little bit. Also, and he's not doing that. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. Be 100 with you. However, going through the rest of the league, we got some injuries afoot. My gracious.
We got a lot of injuries.
We got all these injuries all the time. Everywhere we look, I see all types of shit going through here, man. What do we have let's look at the main guys. We don't go through everybody, but let's look at these main guys through some of these teams here.
Well, I mean, some of the big names.
Yeah.
Some of the big names I'm seeing. I mean, Chris Sale again.
Yep.
For the Red Sox. He's back on the injured list.
Yep.
Trevor Story's back on the injured list for the Red Sox.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, those two are perennially hurt with something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that one. Let's see. I'm trying to look in.
Adam Duvall's coming back. That's pretty funny. Adam Duvall coming back. Who else?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's actually coming back now.
Yeah, he'll actually be. Cody Bellinger's another one that's
Cody's out
injured. He's got a knee thing going on.
Yep.
It's another. Although he's dipped off since Cody Bellinger's kind of dipped off a little bit. I don't know what his stats were before he got hurt Yeah, but he's kind of like, I mean, 271 is a good average, but he's like 7 home runs, 20 RBIs. I mean, he's kind of like
Cody hasn't been good in about 6 years.
Ooh, 6.
Yeah.
6 years.
Am I overstating that?
I think so. I don't even think he's been playing that long.
He's been playing. He's been playing for like 10 years.
No, he hasn't.
No?
He's been playing since 2017.
Oh, one,
two, motherfucker's only been playing about 6 years.
Oh, goddamn. Well, goddamn. Fuck
Jesus.
Me.
Yeah,
but his good last 4 or 5 years?
I mean, literally since COVID.
Yeah. He's been
I mean, you look at 2017, dude's got 39 homers, 97 RBIs, 25 and 76 for 2018. 2019 was the big year.
How did he drop 47
off that much? I mean, he dropped off.
How do you do that?
Now, this year, his average has been better because he's still got that 271 average, but all the other numbers are a little bit down. I mean, maybe he's on a little resurgence here before he was hurt, because he is at 7-20 right now.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be better than his last 3 years, but I still don't know if he's getting back to his like first couple years.
If he could just get to 25 home runs, batting about 270.
If he's able to come back from injury and play enough games, he might. He might be.
I mean, the Dodgers had to give up on him, right?
Well, I mean, I don't think they needed him.
No, but I mean,
they needed him.
That's just one of those you just give up on, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's better to move on and try somebody else at that point than try to like hold on to that dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he fell off big time. So maybe he was on a comeback campaign there. I don't know, but
yeah,
not happening if he's injured.
Absolutely not.
I think the Reds have like an entire team's worth of people. That's out right now.
Yeah, they legit have 40 people out.
But it looks like Joey Votto's coming back for them. Kind of forgot Joey Votto was still playing. To be honest with you.
Isn't this his last year?
Probably should be.
I don't know.
Probably should be at this point.
I'm fucking around. I really don't know.
I mean, talk about somebody who's been in the league for a long time. I mean, he goes back to 2007.
Really?
Yeah. And he's all been with the Reds, which is incredible.
It is incredible.
Yeah. 2007 was when he played his first games. He played 24 games.
Wow.
2007. His first full season was 2008.
Okay.
He had a good year last year. Last year he came back a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
He had 36 homers, 99 RBIs.
He had a bounce back.
So, but anywho,
yeah, he made some adjustments. He's a pros pro.
Yeah,
he's a pros pro.
But I mean, that's another name. Think about Chris Bryant is out.
Is he a big name anymore?
I mean, technically, I think
that dude's fallen off so much.
I was gonna say, talk about somebody who's fallen off.
That boy.
I mean, literally since
like his first 3 years.
Yeah, he's another one. His first 3
years.
I mean, he had another decent year with Chicago in 2019. But then after that, it's not been at all close. Yeah. But he also hasn't played that many games.
Well,
he's been
hurt, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's another name that's like he's like, as he gets older, he's getting a little bit more brittle. Apparently, it's like he keeps getting hurt and can't really have a fair shake here.
He's been in the league for about 10 years. My goodness.
Yeah, he's actually been in for about 10 years. Yeah, I think 2015 was his first year there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's hurt again. But it sounds like he might be on the comeback. But like just another name.
Yep.
The Tigers also have like a whole list of people, but their big one is Eduardo Rodriguez. He was pitching like a stud for them this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like lights out this whole year, but then he like hurt his finger. I forget what happened to it. It was something when he was pitching or got hit in the finger or something like that.
Right.
So, but it sounds like he'll be back. I mean, the injury I think is like a 6-week injury or something like that. I think that's what they were saying. So it won't be for a while, but hopefully he'll be back maybe after the All-Star break or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're saying that's
it'll
be a long while, but they needed him. Like Tigers needed him. That was like one bright spot on this like crappy team. Although I shouldn't say that because it's bottom of the 8th and Tigers have it tied up still.
Yes, they do.
And Phillies aren't doing anything with it. So
Lance McCullers is out again.
I was gonna say Austin Meadows is another one. Just another name there.
Oh, yeah, another Meadows, yeah.
But, yeah, Lance McCullers, another one that's, like, always hurt.
Always hurt. Luis Garcia hurt now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he's done. He's done. He's Tommy John. He's Tommy John done.
Yeah, he's Tommy John done.
That's done. Michael Brantley.
Yep, Michael Brantley's out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Amir Garrett is out for the Royals.
Yeah. Let's see here. Matt Moore, I did not know was still playing in this league.
Nor did I.
I did not know at all that he was still playing.
God bless
Matt Moore is on the injured list for the Angels.
Yeah.
What he was even doing on the Angels team, I have no idea. I don't think that dude has been good since 2005? Not even 2000, not 2005. Not that long,
but I mean, it's been a while.
It's been a long time.
2000 and something.
He's been there. Okay, 2011. 2011 was his,
that's his rookie year because I remember he pitched in the playoffs.
Yep,
for Texas or something like that. It was against Texas.
No, it was the Rays. He started out on the Rays, and that's where
it was Rays against the Texas. It was Rays against Texas. That's what it was.
That's kind of where he made his hay.
He did.
And then he's been bouncing around between all these different places and just kind of sucking.
Dodgers are hurting.
Yeah,
Dodgers hurting.
Yeah, the Dodgers are. They had quite a few.
They have about five guys.
That Dustin May dude was looking good, and then he got hurt again.
Yep.
Walker Buehler, I know, has been hurt.
Gavin
but he
Lux.
could come back September.
Gavin Lux was their new shortstop.
Yep, their little shining star there.
Yep.
Yeah. Syndergaard again
for the 800th time. Yep.
Yeah.
Like Daniel Hudson.
He's made a home on that IL.
Yeah. Yep. Arias is out. Like, I mean, there's a bunch of motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, for the Dodgers. Then Marlins, you got Jazz Chisholm. I like him. I like that. Did you ever see him play? Have you seen him play?
Jazz,
yeah. I like him a lot. I think he's
okay.
I think he's a solid player.
Yeah, I think he's a little flashier for his skills, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just think like if you're gonna play like that, you gotta have a Cunha level skill set. I just don't think he's on that level.
I mean, he could get there.
Yeah.
He could develop that, but I think he has the makings of a stud. I just don't know if it'll ever get past a certain point. I could see that.
I didn't know Darren Ruff was out. Damn.
Well, I forgot Johnny Cueto was even on the Marlins, and he's out.
Yeah.
He's another one that's like
probably Johnny. He's been around for a while.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time. Yeah, Darren Ruff. That Brandon Woodruff is out.
Yeah, Woodruff's out.
Maybe returning at around the All-Star break, but that's a big blow for the Brewers. But if he can come back to what he was, that'll be nice for them to get. It'll be a nice little lift. Wade Miley, I forgot Wade Miley was up there too. He was pitching. He was pitching decently. Wade Miley.
Yeah, Wade's been doing okay.
Yeah, but he's hurt.
He's doing okay. Byron Buxton's out.
Yeah, again, hurt.
Yep.
He's always hurt.
Yep.
Another one that's always hurt. Kenta Maeda's out.
Yeah, Kenta again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see who else.
Oh, Tyler Mall. I forgot. Yeah, he's out too.
Yeah, he's out. He's Tommy John.
Yeah,
Tyler John
up. Jose Diaz.
Don't remind me.
Infamous.
That was so sad. I was so excited because this is for my fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
I never draft closers. Like I always wait.
Really?
I always wait so long on closers.
Huh.
But then this year I was like, you know what? Because I've sucked the past couple of years. I'm like, you know what?
You gotta get closer.
I'm gonna change my approach. I'm gonna draft like this elite closer.
Right.
And I drafted him in like the 4th or 5th round.
Yep.
And then he didn't even throw one pitch this season.
He did not.
In the World Baseball Classic, he did. When I was watching him in the World Baseball Classic, I was like, yes. Oh, this was a great decision. I was like, you don't get much surer than Edwin Diaz at that point as far as closers. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to mix this up. And it fucking bit me in the ass.
Bye.
Bit me in the ass.
Yeah, it did.
I've revamped since then, but like that was just like every time I think of Edwin Diaz, I will always think of that moment. Although I do want to hear the trumpets again. I want to hear that again. Mm-hmm. I do love that. I love his walk-in shit. It's so good. I love it. That's so good.
Judge is out, and Rondon is
he's out
out,
again.
and Bader's out,
This
and
is the second
Cortez
time
is
the Judge
out.
is on the IL.
Yep.
But I mean, he whacked himself into that wall though when he did that. So I don't blame him. Yeah, Cortez is out. That sucks a little bit. Harrison Bader just came back and now he's out again.
Out. Yep.
I like him though. I like him as a player. Let's see who else. Well, I was going to look at the Oakland Athletics, but I don't even know who's on their team, much less they're
I'm looking at the names right now, and they are not coming to me.
So anyway, the Phillies, Bohm is still out. Alec Bohm still out.
Oh, they got Kristen Pache. I didn't know they had Kristen. Oh.
Yep, Mom. There you go.
I didn't know that. Good for them.
Dona Nobis Pache right there.
And Reese.
Yeah, he been gone.
Reese been gone.
Yeah. And that's Pirates. It sucks for their young shortstop O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah.
He's out for a while. A long time.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anybody else.
Nobody of note, really.
No. Nelson Cruz.
Nelson, yeah.
Still finding a job.
It's amazing, right? If you are a DH, you can last forever.
I could
last forever.
If I'm reading this injury report, right? Look at San Diego Padres and then look at Luis Garcia and then read across. Garcia. It says he's on the 15-day IL and it goes comment and it says no.
No.
It just says no. Like no comment. Like no comment as to why he's on the IL. That one got me. That was funny. I was like, oh, why is he out? It just says comment. No. Like all the other ones tell you like why they're out or like why they're day to day, something like that. This one just says no.
Alex Wood is out.
That's another one. It's another one. He shows up on that injured list at least once a year.
Yep, for sure. He's going to be there.
Stripling's another dude who is on and off like that.
Yep.
Let's see. Marco Gonzalez. That's a surprise. We know Robbie Reyes.
Yeah.
We've been firing off quite a few names here.
Yeah. Tyler O'Neill.
As far as like
Lars.
Like jumping off the page, and we got deGrom again. Tommy John again.
Yup.
Like
deGrom, my goodness, dude. Like, I gotta look at his shit.
Hyun-Jin Ryu is out for a long time too. Whatever with his elbow. Like, that was another one. That was supposed to be a big signing for the Blue Jays. Not sure entirely what he's done for them.
Okay, so this is his startings for, and I'm gonna ignore 2020.
For who?
deGrom.
Okay,
so for a while, he was doing his damn thing, right? He had his shit together. He came into the league killing it, right? He came into the league killing it, right? So, like, that's his shit. He came to the league killing shit. So he was 22 starts his first year, 30, then 24. I'm assuming got hurt. 31, 32, 32. Then we have 12. That's the 2020. Then 15, then 11, and now 6.
And that's probably all he's going to get this year too.
Yeah, and it's just the body's breaking down, right? So you assume he's going to come back and kill it some more. 15 starts, 11 starts, and now he's at 6. He's on it. I mean, he can come back and be fine, but like again, like talking about next year after, but it's only 6 starts this year. So total, he has less starts in 3 years than he had in 2019. Altogether.
Yeah.
So like his value is going down dramatically. It's not that he's not pitching well, he's just never there. So
your
best ability is availability, as they say.
Ooh. Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Your best ability is
Is your
availability.
availability.
Look
I
at
keep
that.
hearing that. Yeah.
That's fun. That's a new one. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever heard that
You
before.
didn't
You
hear that
said it.
before? No, I've
No,
heard that
you
before.
always give me those sayings like
Yeah.
mollywopped and all that
Mollywop.
other
Yeah, I always like hearing that. Like, it's your best ability is your availability. Like, how are you gonna say somebody's great if he's never fucking there?
It's
Now,
true.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like, he was great. Like, he's killing it. Like, but like, if he stopped right now, he's not a Hall of Famer,
Which
right?
I don't think he can be. There's not enough body of
There's
work.
not enough body of work.
I
for that.
think you have to have the longevity. Like I think you have to have
There has to be
you
some
have
form of
to
it.
be pitching forever like Kershaw. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like Kershaw to me.
Yes, he's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, Kershaw, Scherzer.
Scherzer's probably a Hall of Famer. I have to look closer at his stats, but he's probably a Hall of Famer.
No, he's up
Verlander
there.
probably a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Scherzer's up there.
Yeah.
Scherzer
I mean, you also have to look at the standards for what a starting pitcher is going to need for the Hall of Fame anymore.
Yeah,
that's a whole different discussion.
Well, I mean, yes, it is. As soon as you start changing like criteria here, it has changed.
Well, because you're going to have to because the game has changed.
Yeah,
from where a lot of those guys are in the Hall of Fame, even from like the Maddox and Clemens and stuff.
Absolutely,
the game has changed dramatically to where these guys aren't pitching 7 innings.
Absolutely not.
Commonly.
Yeah, they're keeping it. Yeah, so you're not going to get the wins and losses like that anyway. No. You're going to be out the game before the wins and losses even rack up. You can't even go 8.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Or even that, or they might not be pitching. They might not even get a chance to start 30 games in a season.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, I was just looking at Hyun-Jin Ryu, and then other than 2021, where he pitched 31 games, but he stank. His ERA was 4.37.
He said he stank.
He stank. Well, I've told you this before that I think he was so overrated.
Yeah.
And then they made this like big deal for him.
No, I remember,
and then he pitched 12 games his first year there. And that was like meh, it was fine. Then he pitched 31 games in 2021 and stank. And then he pitched 6 games last year, 2022. And he stank.
Stank stunk.
Yeah, like this, like
you're a mean one.
Like he had that 3-year stretch for the Dodgers where he was somehow unhittable. Oh, Gleyber, yay! Sorry, Gleyber Torres just hit a 2-run homer here in the second game of the White Sox doubleheader here.
What was I going to say? Max Scherzer has 206 wins right now. He's going to
that's probably Hall of Fame because I think the criteria is lowered to about 200 wins at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean he's probably going to get. It depends on how long he plays. He'll probably get to close to 250. Like he'll get there as long as he continues to play.
Yeah, because if he starts,
I think this is Verlander's last year, right? Verlander's done.
I believe so. I believe
this is his last year.
Yeah.
Right.
I believe so. I believe this is his last.
And he's at 246.
Who, Verlander?
So, yeah, he's at 246 wins. So he's a shoe-in. And so listen, if you got 200 wins right now, you're pretty much in there. You're in it to win it.
You're going to be in the consideration.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Where before it was like 300, you're automatically in.
Automatic, right?
But I don't think anybody's going to really reach that plateau.
No.
Anymore.
No, it's not. No, if you get to 300 wins, which the closest guy would have been Verlander if he played maybe 4 more years, he would have been the last of that world. Yeah. Which made me look up Tim Hudson's stats. So I'm pretty sure he has 200 wins, but he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's a different time though.
So it's like wild.
It's different time.
I know.
Different time.
I know. It's wild.
Because there are probably a lot of guys. There are probably a lot of guys who have 200 wins that are not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That if now the criteria is 200 plus, and then these new pitchers are getting in, but then these other ones aren't. I guess you have to look at other peripheral stats, like how you would line it up with all of those advanced metrics and shit like that.
Because I'm looking at
what's
the ERA.
The WAR, what's the all that kind of shit, and maybe reevaluate.
So Timmy Hudson, 222 wins, 3.49 ERA.
Mm-hmm. That would
you know what I mean?
That would be in consideration.
That would be for sure in consideration.
I mean, the ERA is a little
it's
high,
not,
but it's not that bad.
Not really.
It's in consideration.
Because I'm looking at Verlander's ERA, and he's played about the same amount of years. 3.25.
Okay,
and he's a shoe-in. Like Verlander's going in. Like, you know what I mean?
What's the strikeout total?
No, his strikeouts are high. Like his strikeout total.
Verlander.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But where is Verlander's strikeouts?
Because compared to Tim Hudson, Tim Hudson wasn't the strikeout guy.
He's not a strikeout guy. No, he's not a strikeout guy. Where are you, strikeouts? Where are my SOs? Where are my SOs at?
Yeah, because Tim Hudson was always wasn't he just kind of like ground ball?
Yeah, he's a ground
ball guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a sinker.
Yep, that's what it was. Yep.
Yeah, so he's throwing that ground ball like that. Let me see, Justin. Let me go to. I hate when they give me these stats like this.
While you're looking that up, you know who is a pitcher that somehow still has a job but will never win 200 games? Steven Strasburg.
Oh, Steven.
And you know why? Because he has only actually played 240 career games. 247, excuse me.
The biggest bust of all busts.
There was when he was healthy, he was not terrible. Actually, he had a decent stretch.
He did have a great stretch
for the Nationals. There was a stretch here, 28, 30, 34, 20, 23, 24. Then he had 28, then 22, and then 33 in 2019.
Right.
And each of those years, he's in the threes. He had 1 year where he was 2.2 or 2.52. But
yeah.
Somebody who should have way more for being in the league for almost 15 years.
Yep.
Because he started in 2010.
Yes, he did.
And this guy should have way more stats.
Yeah.
Piled up.
He should.
I just forgot he even has a job. I forgot. I thought he retired by now.
Yeah, he has. So he has 3,000 strikeouts plus of Verlander.
Okay.
To be exact, he has 3,228 strikeouts. I don't know where that ranks in the pantheon of all strikeout shit, but that's where he's at. Let me see what Max Scherzer is. I feel like Max Scherzer has more strikeouts. I don't know why I think that.
Than Verlander?
Yeah.
I think it's possible. Yeah, he does. So,
he does.
So Scherzer has 3,251. And Verlander has 3,228.
Yep. Fascinating. He's played 2 less years.
In fact, Scherzer is 12th all time. All time.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, that dude was striking motherfuckers out for a while. Yeah. And to think the Dodgers had him.
You know what's really...
Dodgers. Detroit had him and Verlander in their prime.
At the same time.
In their prime.
Yeah. Yep.
That's wild.
Well, that was when they... That's when they had a little run ski.
Yeah.
But... You know what's surprising to me? You ready for this? You ready for this little stat drop here? We're gonna bring this back. Ooh, I should have made a banner for this.
Ooh.
We gotta bring this back at some point.
What's that?
Sweats stat dive. We gotta dive in there. Sweat stat dive. That's a callback.
There you go. I love a sweat stat dive. God damn it.
Okay. So there are 5 technically active players in the top 50 of strikeouts of all time. We know 2 of them. Who do you think make up the other 3?
Wait, say the question one more time.
So top 50.
Okay.
All-time strikeout leaders.
Got it.
We know 2 of them.
We got 2. Who are the other 3?
Scherzer, Verlander. Who do you think are the other
active?
3? Active, and they're I will say technically active because there's one of them that's a little meh to me.
All right. technically active strikeout leaders.
Yeah.
Has Bartolo Colon retired?
Yeah, actually, he has technically retired now.
Okay,
so that's not him. He is on the list, but
is
that's not
who.
But that's not who I'm talking about.
Okay,
Bartolo Colon is number 36.
Right.
He's got 2,535 strikeouts.
All right, who is on this list?
Because I was actually surprised about this one name in particular.
Not retired.
Not technically retired.
Ooh. Fuck.
There's one guy that's like, yeah. And then there's 2 guys that are definitely like, there are 2 other guys that are definitely on teams that are starting pitchers currently. And then there's another dude who's like, meh. Like he's still technically playing, but he's like not on a starting rotation.
I gotta go through the gamut here now. Man, who has been pitching long enough to be in the top 50 on other teams?
And I will just say, I'm also
Charlie Morton.
Huh?
Is he on that list?
Charlie Morton?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, balls. He's been playing a while.
Charlie Morton. I just found Charlie Morton. He's 125.
Oh, okay. He's not even close.
He has 1,774 strikeouts.
Man, I thought you had more than that. All right. No. Adam Wainwright?
That's a great guess, but he's number 69.
Fuck.
2,166.
Son of a bitch.
It's a great guess, though.
Nope. I'm blanking. I have no idea. Am I going to be mad when you tell me?
You're going to be mad about at least one of them.
Okay. All right. Give me one.
Kershaw.
Oh, of course.
Kershaw's number 21. He's got 2,891. Guess who's number 20, though? Because Kershaw's number 21. Guess who's number 20?
Oh, I know. It's Mitch McCollum. Oh, crazy. Ooh, god damn it. Kansas City. Fuck. Oh,
it's there. It's there. Who is it?
Oh.
Who is it?
Always on the tip of my tongue. I'm looking at his face. I see his face.
I think you have it.
I know I have it.
You said Kansas City.
Yes.
He is currently pitching for Kansas City.
And he played for the Astros too, didn't he?
Maybe. I think he probably did.
He played for a lot of people.
He did. He played for multiple teams.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. It was on my tip of my tongue.
Yeah, he played for the Dodgers. He played for Milwaukee. Played for the Angels. Played for
not Houston.
Arizona. He did play for Houston.
Okay, I was right. He played for a lot of teams.
He did.
Shit. Why? I'm literally like.
Do you want me to save you?
Just give me the first letter. Zach Greinke.
There it is. Zach Greinke. Dude, he's number 20.
Yeah. No, Zach.
That surprises me.
Zach's making the Hall of Fame, dude. Zach's making the Hall of Fame.
He is
quiet. Does he have 200 wins as well? Or close to it?
He is quietly making the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
He's like Frank Gore. We should make the Hall of Fame.
Jesus. God damn.
You know what I mean, though? Like, he's like Frank
Gore. You're not wrong. Yeah, because stop it. He has 224 wins.
He's going to Hall of Fame, dude. Absolutely.
Dude, he's the least Hall of Fame pitcher.
It's wild.
He's the least Hall of Fame of Hall of Fame. People gave shit to Mike Mussina. Dude is the least Hall of Fame of Hall of Fame.
I don't know. Mike
Mussina had 270 wins.
Man, fuck.
270. 270 wins. And he's number 24 in strikeouts. More than Cy Young, who had an award named after him.
What was his ERA, Mike Mussina?
Career?
Yeah.
3.68.
Yeah, it's high.
Greinke's 3.45.
Mm-hmm. You can make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I just think that's the least Hall of Fame.
Who's number 3?
Okay, the other one, this one's the tricky one. Cole Hamels.
Oh,
Cole Hamels, 2,560. He's number 33 all time.
Oh, Cole. How many wins does he have? 150 or something like that?
How many wins does he have?
Yeah.
163.
Yeah, he's not gonna make the Hall of Fame.
No, especially because he's pitching in the minors right now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't started a big league game in 3 years.
No, he was supposed to be with the Braves. And then he got hurt or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's done.
But no, he's in the Padres minor system.
I mean, he's done.
He's trying. He's active.
In his 40s? He's got to be in his 40s.
Yeah, he is. He's 39.
Wow.
He's 39.
He aged quickly.
Listen, Jamie Moyer has 269 wins and a career ERA of 4.25.
Well, Jamie Moyer played for like 30 years, legitimately. Like, didn't he not?
He might have. Yeah, wait, hold on. 1980. Oh my God, 1986 to 2012.
Holy shit, 26 years. Almost fucking 30 years. That's insane.
I didn't realize how many years.
No, he's not making the Hall of Fame. I mean, he can make the Hall of Fame for like longevity. That's a crazy. That's a hell of a career.
That's like average, 25 years.
Just of average like pitching. Like just a hell of a career of average pitching.
See, that's what I would have said about Greinke.
Yeah, but Greinke's been better than that. You know, he's been better than that.
Well,
if he still feels like he can pitch, is this his last year?
Who, Greinke?
Yeah,
I don't know. He's been pitching 20 years. He's 39. I don't know.
I mean, if he's feeling some type of way, he can play about 4 or 5 more years and maybe scratch. I mean, no, he can't play for Kansas City though, because he's not going to get any wins.
No,
he can't get any wins.
He's got to play for a contender.
He's got to play for a contender. He could get,
but he can't play for a contender.
Why?
He'll fold under pressure.
Oh, stop it!
We've seen it.
Stop it!
Unless there's somebody to help him, he can't do it. He can't do it.
No, he can do it. I believe in him.
Tim Hudson, here's your question. Tim Hudson, 2,080 strikeouts.
Yeah.
He's number 76 all time.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Career ERA, 3.49, 222 wins.
Yeah. He should be in the Hall.
Didn't they kind of go past his time?
I think he's passed.
Yeah.
But he's like, remember the big 3 in Oakland? None of those motherfuckers made the Hall of Fame. That's weird.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Like Zito and Mulder.
Well, I mean, they really fell off.
Yeah. Well,
obviously
Zito lasted a little longer. Yeah, Mulder fell the fuck off.
Zito lasted, but he did not. He had
that big curveball.
He was
known for that big nasty curveball.
Yeah. Yeah, but he just didn't. He didn't continue at that level, though.
Right.
Man, this is crazy. I was just looking at these all-time strikeout leaders, and some of them are crazy.
Yeah.
Some of them I was surprised at where they are.
Who's
like Mussina, that he was in the top 25.
Well, he played for a long time, right?
Yeah, but some of these dudes played longer than him. Like Cy Young played 22 years. He has more strikeouts than Cy Young. He has more strikeouts than David Cohn. He has more strikeouts than Tom Glavine. He has more strikeouts than Bob Feller, Warren Spahn.
Yeah.
John Lester is number 40.
I can see John Lester being there.
That surprised me.
I'm here now. I'm where you're at now.
Andy Pettit's number 46.
CC's up there.
Yeah, that surprised me too. CC's number 18. That surprised me he was that far up.
Yeah.
I did not realize where the threshold was for 3,000 strikeouts.
251? Yeah, he's making Hall of Fame. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet, right?
CC? No, he's not eligible.
He'll be there.
Yeah, I think he will be in the Hall of Fame. He's got 251 wins. The ERA is a little high. Yeah. 3.74, but
bro, that's crazy.
He's got the wins and the strikeouts.
I swear to all that is holy. Pedro Martinez was so goddamn good. It's crazy.
He was nasty.
That dude nasty.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at how many strikeouts he has versus the number of innings he pitched.
I know. It's insane.
3,154 strikeouts, and he pitched 2,827 innings.
If he would have doubled
more,
right?
If
he would have doubled that, he would have definitely just surpassed Nolan Ryan for sure. Yeah. He'd have been past Nolan Ryan. Mm-hmm. With his strikeout.
Well, yeah, because Nolan Ryan played for 27 years.
I know that motherfucker nasty. He'd never be beaten.
No, especially 5,386
never be beaten.
Innings pitched. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I don't think anybody's going to get 4,000 strikeouts. I don't think anybody in this era is going to get 4,000.
No, I think the goal is hit 3,000.
Yeah.
I think
if you get three,
a 200 wins and 3,000 strikeouts, I think that is now the benchmark for
it is the benchmark.
MLB Hall of Fame.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's probably the benchmark now.
It is the benchmark. Because Zach is real close. I mean, he's definitely going to get that many strikeouts.
He's very close.
He's going to get those strikeouts. Clayton Kershaw is probably going to get those strikeouts.
Oh, Clayton Kershaw will absolutely get those strikeouts unless he injures himself beyond repair within this year. There's no way he's not getting 109 strikeouts.
Right.
And that's just right now. We didn't even get through the rest of this year.
Look at AJ Barnett on this list. Look at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Forget how good some of these guys were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Felix Hernandez. You haven't heard his name in a long time.
Man, Felix fell off.
Javier Vasquez, that's a name from the past.
Yeah. I loved Javi.
Mm-hmm.
But he fell off, Felix. I mean, Felix was on his way.
Yep. He was bona fide Hall of Famer.
He's only 33.
Currently
33 years old. And I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I mean, those last couple years, he was real bad.
He was supposed to be in his prime. Instead, he's like not.
His prime came early.
Way early. He was on his way.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah, he was looking GOAT status for.
He was backwards K in motherfuckers. I mean, you know what I mean? All the time. He was a backwards K type cat. They just looking at his shit because it was so filthy.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting those Ks up for him. That's when they started really putting they throw them Ks up. You know what I mean? When they start shaking motherfuckers out.
Yep.
Man, that's crazy. But anyway, let's move on because we can spend all day on this bullshit.
I'd say,
we spend all day on that.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick recap of the Heat and Nuggets. The Heat have won a game, which I didn't think they would.
Yeah, they snuck one in there.
They snuck one in. And you know what? I don't want to say I didn't think they would because I'm like, they're a gritty team. They're gonna squeeze out a win or two in here. They're gonna squeeze it out just for squeeze sake. But every other game they're gonna get blown out in because they're not.
Yeah, they're the consistency. You know, like if they're gonna win games, they have to win a fight game to win them. They're not gonna dominate.
No. And you're going to have to scrap 4 of those wins out of 7. I just do not see it happening. They might win 2 though. I see the Nuggets winning 1 more, and then the Heat claw 1 in there and make it 3-2, and then the Nuggets go ahead and win it 4-2. They got a claw because they just don't have the firepower to match up with the Nuggets. They just do not have it.
No.
Which is unfortunate, but it is true.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like we've said, Jokic is playing with that chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Still.
Yep.
He's
he had chippy chips.
Yeah. Just he just still continues to just dominate.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think at this point we know who's going to win the whole thing. It's just a matter of how it's going to be won.
Right.
It's like you said, if the Heat are going to win, they're not going to be blowing them out. And if they're not going to have a decisive victory like that, I can't see them picking up any more than 1 more game. So, and yeah, that game they picked up was close anyway.
Right.
But the other 2 games they got a nice little whooping.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the Nuggets are going to play at home more frequently.
Yeah, we'll keep it updated, and then we have the Golden Knights beating up on these Panthers.
Oh, this is worse than the Nuggets and Heat because right now we're only 2 games in, but the 2 scores, game 1 from last Saturday, the 3rd was Vegas 5, Florida 2. Right. Game 2 was 7-2 in favor of Vegas. So both of these have been just absolute thrashings. So it does not look good here for the and I believe both of those games were at home for Vegas.
Right.
So now they're going to go to Florida. We'll see if Florida plays better at home. I'm assuming they might, but they've been on the road most of this time, winning these games.
Yeah,
because they came in as the wild card 2 seed. Whereas Vegas has been the 1 seed the whole time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They got a claw and scratch too. You know what I mean? That's their vibe. They got a claw and scratch out of here.
Yeah.
Man, Strider had a rough day. Just a sidebar, 8 runs earned.
Oh no, that's not good.
4 innings. Goodness
to kind of give you the peek in here. So it looks like at this point we're right now. right now, because they're playing game 3 right now.
Yeah.
Panthers are up 1-0.
Yeah, I saw that.
On Golden Knights, but it's really early.
Yeah.
So, but at least,
but they're at home, right? They're at home.
Yeah,
so
Panthers are at home right now.
They're feeling that momentum. The crowd's crazy. Everybody's you know what I mean? They get, especially if they score that first goal, the crowd's gonna be crazy right now because you got to weather that storm.
Early, get everybody in the game, that kind of deal. Yeah,
you got to weather that storm out there and see what happens. But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. I mean, I know the finals are happening, but like it's not right now. It looks like it's it's a one-sided situation here.
The NBA one looks pretty one-sided. Yeah. NHL kind of also looks like that.
It does. I mean, it really does. It looks one-sided, even though they, anything can happen. It just, just a little bit outmatched here. Seems like it anyway.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, I don't know much about hockey to make those type of distinctions. I really don't. Like somebody from hockey be like, well, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'll be like, fair. I don't.
But we're talking about it anyway.
We're talking about it. But if you lose 7-2, 5-2, like you were saying, the 7-2 and 5-2, those first 2 games.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just look at the scoreboard. I mean, it's one thing if we're like, let's say they were only up 3-2, and then
that's some molly.
There were like power plays or whatever. They took the goalie out, and then they scored another 2 goals. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the scoreboard isn't always indicative. If you look at the box score or whatever. Right now, I'm not looking at the box score. That shit. I'm just looking at the final score. I'm like, that's what happened.
Now to scoot back over, well, not back over. We're gonna move on to some more sports, and we're gonna go to some wrestling.
A little bit of wrestling, specifically.
We're just gonna talk about talk about that bloodline.
I thought you were gonna take like 5 minutes, like he does.
I don't know what the fuck they use there, but that little like in the fucking thing.
Yeah, it's that little
it's just so random. It's whatever it is. Yeah. But so the bloodline, again, that story is developing. Everybody thinks it's boring, but every action they make
who says it's boring?
People think like they're saying no, we don't want to watch it. The shit, like
don't you? But everybody tunes in.
Everybody's there.
Dude, the numbers could not be higher right now. Everybody's tuning in.
And also everybody's out here like, everybody's out here watching it, like reacting to everything that happens out on stage. Everybody, they hugging on, like, so just to recap, they came out, they were standing face to face, and then it looked like for like, I don't know, about 3 minutes that even Solo was going to be on Jimmy and Jay's side because they're actually brothers, right?
Yes.
So it was like, oh, okay. Then everybody's like, oh, and then Roman's like, all right, we're going to go ahead and hug now, right? Because like, all right, we're part of this. We're all in this together. That was the whole thing.
It looked like everybody shifted over and they were going to abandon and leave Roman Reigns by himself.
And he said, no, we don't want you to be by yourself.
Yeah.
We want you to be with us, but we're going to do this together as a group.
Because they were like, we are all stronger together.
Together, right. We're better together than we are apart. Now, which is valid for them to say. Like they're saying, hey, we are killing it right now.
And this was Jimmy. Jimmy was saying this to Roman, being like, they're 2 guys that have the main beef.
Yep.
with each other right now. And Jimmy
Yep.
was the one saying, "Hey, listen, that was me being a brother. That was
Right.
the key thing. That was me being a brother."
Right.
Right? This is a hard lesson, me being a brother. Right now,
Mhm.
you're not being a good brother because you're
Right.
doing all this shit, right?
Right.
So then he's like, "Look, we can put this behind us. Just let's do it together. We're
Mhm.
much stronger together, right?" And then, so then you have obviously the Usos were together. Then Roman asked Solo,
Mhm.
as you said. And then Solo actually spoke words. That was
He
important.
did. He spoke words.
Solo
That is
spoke
important.
words for
Mhm.
one of the first times here.
Mhm.
And he was like, "You're my tribal chief, but they're my
But they're
brothers."
my brothers.
And then he walked over and stood with them,
Yep. And
just
then the
like you
crowd was
said.
like, "Oh shit, here we
So
go."
now Roman looked like he was like, about to break down, whatever.
Mhm.
Then they get their little hug. So
Right.
Jimmy's like, are we brothers?
Mhm.
Are we together? And Roman comes in, looks like he's gonna cry, comes in for
Mhm.
the hug, and then all of a sudden he comes up and goes, Roman, he being Roman
Yep.
goes,
No.
"No." And then
Yep.
Solo turns around, spike to Jimmy.
What I did like though is there was a moment there where like it was like a pause. It's like no, and then he backed up and everybody backed up, and I
Mhm.
really like the fact that Solo like waited like for like
I dropped my phone. I felt it. I was like, "Oh shit,
sliding down in there.
it slid off my pants." I'm gonna get
but,
that. Okay. All right.
so it was like a moment of like silent, and I love the fact that he waited
Yes, that was
just to
crucial.
like just to like have the crowd like, what is happening? Oh, I don't know what's happening. And
Or
then
just be like a literally, okay, well, what happens now? He says
right,
no. Does that mean that
yeah, everybody's
er,
backing up, and but
yep,
Solo didn't budge. He was sitting there on that side, and then all of a sudden he reacts, and I was like, and everybody's like, oh shit! It wasn't like he was creeping or anything. He just stood there while this was going on, and all of a sudden, boom, gives
oh
him that
yeah,
Samoan spike, and I was
hmm
like, oh shit! Like here we go.
yep,
Now battle lines have been drawn,
hmm
and we'll see what happens because it's just it keeps getting more and more like I don't know. It's just like where are we going? Is it gonna be Jimmy who beats him for the title? Is it gonna be Jay who beats him for the title? Is it gonna be Solo
yeah.
who beats him for the title?
Or do
It
they
could be,
eventually come back
or
together?
they come back together.
Or like, how do because then do we have separate situations where, because like now, I guess what's happening tomorrow or today, whenever
Hmm.
you view this or whatever, this Friday on SmackDown,
Yeah,
is that they're basically going to hear Jay's
right,
decision
right.
of whether Jay, because it's clear Jimmy is like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm out, I'm done.
I mean, Jimmy was the last one to really like buy in the first place. You know what I mean? Like,
But that was only by proximity because
right.
like Jay was closer to the city. Because remember, they had that whole
Oh, I
saga
remember. Oh yeah.
years ago with
Hmm.
Jay and Roman, main event
Right.
Jay, that
Right.
whole thing before Solo was even in the conversation.
Hmm.
Then Jimmy comes back and
Yep.
Jimmy was like, whatever, but then he bought in. And then
We
that
bought
helped
in.
Jay buy in a little more.
Right.
Then you got Sammy. And then Jay was the last one to buy in on Sammy. Jimmy
Hmm.
was already cool
Already
with
there.
Sammy, all that.
Yep.
Then they brought in Solo, and then
Yep.
Sammy, all that stuff with Sammy
Yep. Yep.
happened. And Jay was like, Jay is like the huge
He
integral
is.
piece of this.
He is. Which is why I mean now like if we're doing the storyline as this, he should beat Roman for the title. No, like it would be cool to
I mean,
see.
the only thing for me is then where do you go with him from there?
I mean, let him have a run. I don't know.
It's- I just feel like there needs to be a little, because like other than matches with Roman, the Usos individually have
Hmm.
not had that. Like they didn't get the Hardy Boys treatment.
No.
You know what I mean? Where like
Mm-mm.
we split them up, and you
Right.
see how they do on their own,
Right.
or not even like necessarily on their own, just like in singles
Hmm.
competition. We never really see that too much.
But we respect Jay when he goes to singles. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like
Well,
now,
uh,
right?
but not. I don't think it's as much as a lot of the other people who would challenge Roman Reigns. I mean, I would put, if you were to do that, I would put most of those dudes, like I would put Kevin Owens over it. I put Sami Zayn over it. I put Matt Riddle over him.
I'm not saying that those guys aren't more justified. I just think, like, based off of storyline purposes, like, just to see, like, that would be the guy who beats him. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think it'll be. I just don't like.
Or is that the guy who's going to cost him the title at the very end?
I think it could cost him. Absolutely.
Like, you know,
beat him for the title? No, I don't think so.
I think it'd be great.
Cost him for the title? Possibly. Actually, I think it'll be Solo that eventually costs him.
I think Solo's going to cost him too. Solo's going to be the guy who does it eventually.
But like, it could also be like a whole, you know, because then they can go through and kind of like dissect now, because now it can be Roman and Jay. You could put him in that situation, but I think Roman's going to beat him.
Right.
Same thing with Jimmy. Give him that spot. Roman's still going to beat him. And then it's pretty much you get to this point where like he literally has beaten everybody except Solo.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
But like you also can't forget that Solo was the one that took the fall.
He is. And I'm sure he's not going to forget it either.
That's what I'm saying. Like we have to keep those pieces together because
yes, we do.
Like this storytelling that they're doing draws in all of those pieces.
It does.
And like if you're just jumping in on this story now, it would be beneficial to go back a year or so to watch all the stuff with, like, if you've not been following it, follow the stuff with Roman and Jay.
Yep.
From like Hell in a Cell, from all that shit, because then you see how this is all evolved. Yeah. Well, like, 2021, 2022, like all of this stuff, how it's stretched out. Because like all of those pieces come into play at these moments. And the people who've been following it for the past 2 years or so, like, really understand that. Or it's kind of, you know, it's like when you're like, literally this stuff is like when you're watching those shows like Game of Thrones or something, but like they didn't give you the recap ahead of time. You know how like Game of Thrones would always give you the previously on Game of Thrones, and then they'd show something from like season 3 and now it's season 8.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like that kind of shit, which is amazing.
It is good stuff.
That's amazing because you like rarely, if ever, get that in wrestling. But like that's what's going to draw in a lot of the casual people. Like the same reason why a lot of people watch that reality TV stuff. It's like those different things. Like if somebody like me was trying to jump in on some of the other reality TV show stuff, like I haven't watched the past like 8 seasons of this, you know, Housewives, whatever. So like, I don't know progression of stuff. So I would have to go back and catch up on it. You know what I mean? So like I think for people who really want to dive into it, or the people who are saying that this is boring or it's too long, it's either because they haven't been paying attention and they're not putting everything together, or like this like storytelling just isn't for them and they just want to see the matches in the ring, which is totally fine. Go watch AEW. That's what that's for. I mean, I watch AEW too, but I'm just saying.
But I honestly like this storyline just takes it all.
Yeah,
it does.
Like it just has pieces, but there's also pieces that like years ago seeds were planted, and now they're starting to sprout, or they're starting to grow into the full plant here.
Right.
And like that's kind of where we're getting. So now we're getting on Friday, we're getting the situation where Jay now has to proverbially make a decision and then see where this goes. Because I was last Friday, I was watching with Jess, and you know, like she's not like as into wrestling as I am, obviously,
right? You
know, but she's been following along with what we've been watching. She's watched the live events, whatever, and even she was sitting there like this, you know, like with her hands over her face.
Right.
And at one point, I think it was when Solo spiked Jimmy.
Yeah.
Audibly went, oh, like did like a gasp, like oh my god, like that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Like how many times in the past like 10 years in wrestling have we gotten that?
Yep.
How many times have we gotten stuff like that?
Yeah, it's rare.
This is like a golden time.
Yep.
Right now to jump in.
I know it is. It's a good time. It's a good time. It was almost like you remember when Mark Henry did his fake retirement?
Yes.
It's like that, but all the time.
That's what I'm saying. That was one moment, though.
There's one
You
moment, but
look at that, and that's one moment in a nutshell.
they also ruined that right after that. But yeah.
Right. This one, they haven't, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing, that, like, they produce moments like this. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Every year there are moments like
But
that,
not
like the
to
Mark
the
Henry
same
retirement thing, where
right.
you're like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah.
And then right afterward, it gets
Yeah.
ruined by one
Ruined.
reason or another.
Yeah.
But this whole Bloodline thing has not. It's continuous moments, but we're not like, "Oh, shit, they ruined it here."
Right.
Like, it just keeps going and going and going, and we're invested, we're involved. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
So, like, when you were saying people that are done with this, I'm like, I need more of this.
I need more as well.
I need more of it.
I'm not done.
But people are so ready just for, like, the instant gratification. Like, they're just like, I want to see, so and so as champion. Okay, we just gotta wait. Just gotta wait.
Unless you get another title,
it'll probably be there. He'll probably do it.
You got another title now. They just made up another title.
I was gonna say look, Seth Rollins is champion now. Now look how many, like, people were like, "Oh, I just want to see Seth Rollins as champion. He's doing so well now. Now he's champion.
Champion.
What the hell do you hear now?"
We're going to AEW.
Now people are like, meh. Why is there a second belt? People are like, meh. What's it gonna happen now? Meh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you give the people what they want, they're gonna want something else. So, like, why not make them wait? Because with you making them wait, like, any reaction in wrestling, any reaction is a good reaction.
Yeah.
Because right now people are having positive reactions, negative reactions, but everybody's talking about it.
Absolutely.
This is the thing everybody's talking about in wrestling. What are they talking about in AEW? Other than CM Punk coming back for the 8th time.
I highly recommend
Collision. They're not talking about anything with the product there.
I highly recommend people to go watch, like, this Bloodline story. Like, just watch the Bloodline story. Like, just from the beginning.
I wish there was some kind of, like, comprehensive.
I'm sure,
like,
there's some YouTube thing, like, where they have, like, a
WWE. If you haven't done this yet, here's your great idea for your YouTube.
Yep.
Make a playlist of all the Bloodline segments.
Yep.
Things of that nature, and
so
people can easily catch up with it.
Yep. Every single one of them, so you know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Let's pour the drink out.
We do.
So we gotta pour the drink out.
We gotta pour one out
for the Iron Sheik. Sheiky baby.
R.I.P. Bubba.
Yeah. He lived much longer than I thought he would. So
I was gonna say, I know he was not in the best of health for quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, he lived. Yeah. I mean, that's a while ago when that what they have, that documentary came out about the Sheik.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Quite a bit ago. Yeah.
Yeah. But rest in peace, Iron Sheik. You always made some, especially in his older years, made some hilarious comments one way or the other. He gave The Rock. I mean, it's well known that he gave The Rock his catchphrase, jabroni.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what he used to call people backstage.
Iron Sheik.
Yep. Call people jabronis. He got that from the Iron Sheik.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. Just in general.
That's a fun little tidbit there.
Yeah. So I mean, he's given a lot to the business, obviously. I mean,
if it wasn't for him, Hulkamania wouldn't have run wild, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, like, that was the moment when Hulk Hogan beat him for the title.
Exactly.
That was the moment Hulkamania began.
It began with the Sheik.
Yeah.
It did.
And he was very entertaining.
Yes, he was.
Like, go back and watch. Like, if you really want to study somebody who knew how to get a reaction out of an audience, whether it was positive or negative, go watch Iron Sheik.
Yep.
Because he was able to elicit whatever reaction that he wanted through his character. I mean, not only was he a phenomenal athlete. I mean, did you ever see him do the
hammers? Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God. Like, that's ridiculous.
Strong.
Yeah. Like, so that takes some, like, ungodly athleticism to do that.
Strong.
And he was a great professional wrestler, but, like, he understood the business and the entertainment side of it, and, like, the character, and he knew, like, what to say, he knew what to do to get the reactions. I mean, he is an absolute legend, and it's unfortunate that he's no longer with us, to keep passing down some of that wisdom and things of that nature. But my God, if you want to, dust up on something and see a character and see somebody who can get a reaction,
right?
I mean, just look up the Iron Sheik. Look up Iron Sheik promos. Look up, even some of the stuff he's done on the internet. I make you humble. Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
My God. It's so funny. Like, it's so good. But it kept him relevant. It kept him relevant and kept him in the eye of the world, even after, he couldn't wrestle anymore. He was still a character. He was still somebody that people wanted to see, that wanted to hear from, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember he did like Howard Stern back in the day.
Yeah.
He did all these other things. Like, he kept himself relevant.
Absolutely.
So, but
we'll end it there. Rest in peace, Iron Sheik. 81 years old. See you in them pearly gates one day.
Hopefully, you don't break too many backs up there.
Please don't. Relax up there, dude. So that'll end it this week. You got some stuff to plug?
Yeah, well, I mean, just the same old. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't please give us a subscribe and like it, follow, share, all that kind of stuff here. You can find us on social media, at least this show here. Find us at the Sweatshop Pod. We are all over the place on social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we got it there. Also, that's on the High Tension Network here, so the HTW Network. Make sure to not only follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we've got we just came out with our Electric City Showdown show, our first high tension wrestling show, featuring JTG and Angelina Love, all kinds of other Nunzio. I'm trying to think who else was on that show. It was a really great show that we had at the Marketplace in Steamtown in Scranton. So that's now up on YouTube. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go check that out, along with all of our other great wrestling programs and our other podcasts and things of that nature on the HTW Network. You can follow us on social media there at High Tension HTW. You can also check out our website, www.hightencionshtw.com. You can check out our merch there as well. We got the shop link on there. Because we will have an announcement. I can't announce it just yet, but we're going to have an announcement that I know I'll be able to double down on next week, because I know there was some disappointed people with the prom event, but hopefully, well, not necessarily that I'll make it up, but there's been something that we're going to have to put forward, and you'll see tomorrow or Friday, shall we say, on social media. So if you kind of want to know what that is, I'm dropping it little bit early, so at High Tension HTW across all social media, you'll see what's going on there. Something that I think is kind of exciting, but also kind of scary at the same time, that we're going to be embarking on. So you can follow us there on all social media. You can follow me at Maestro Scott across all social media. You got my boy over here, Sweats, at Jacob Music, across the board, social platforms. Yeah, just keep sharing our stuff. Keep liking stuff on the YouTube channel. If you're listening to it on Spotify or another podcast platform, make sure you subscribe to that, or get the notifications for when the new episodes drop. Things of that nature. And tell your friends about it. Tell your enemies about it. Tell anybody about it to give us a listen, a follow, a watch, whatever you want. That way we can keep on doing this for y'all, because we like keeping the shop open.
Oh, for sure. You gotta keep that shop open, baby. So, and you don't understand how much a retweet or a follow or a share, because that share
goes a long way.
It goes a long way, because it's those algorithms too, man. Like those algorithms do everything,
Yep. Any like, share, follow, retweet, repost, any of that kind of stuff, we are more than welcome to it. So don't be afraid. In fact, don't be afraid to leave us comments and stuff. Either on YouTube or comment on TikTok. I know we're getting some traction on TikTok with some likes and shares, comments.
Yeah.
We love to hear all the feedback. So don't be afraid to make comments, or
it's okay if you hate it.
Tweet at us. We're all about it. We're all about it.
Do that shit.
So
all right, y'all. From me and the Maestro, we are closing up shop.
Oh. It was like a Star Wars door.
Magic Man. Now you see me?
Oh, now you got to close it back up again.
Now you don't.
Oh, where'd he go?
Where'd he go?
The shop is closed.
He's so gone, baby.
Jesus.
I'm still gone.
Hey, there he is. Oh my God. All right. We're closing it up.